We're out here today because the company had promised them assistance on their health care when they retire. It promised them health care plans would be available to them through the company. They promised them that they would be committed to financially assisting them in those benefits. Today, the company has decided they want to take all that away from them. They don't want to provide the health insurance policies that they committed to. They don't want to provide the money and the financial assistance they committed to. I'm Sub-District Director for Sub-District 2, District 1.
We had 36 years at Timkens.
I've been retired from Timkens for almost 20 years, and I never thought I'd see this day. And my foster parent, who worked for Timkens back in the 50s, will be rolling over his grave right now.
So you were the president of the union? All right.
Back in 2006 to 2009.
Rough years.
Yeah, they're all rough years.
Well, I'm an active employee. I've got 41 years with the company, and a lot of these people I'm standing out here today with were there when I was a young lad, and they paved the way for me, and I'm out here to do the same for them and support them for what they've done for me.
The people you see out here today, these are the ones that built what you're looking at over there.
We made Timken what it is today on our back, so that's how come I'm hurting now.
All of us guys gave our life to them, and we've made them what they are today. Now they want to renege on us.
Our lives have changed from injuries and working in the cold, working in the heat. I fell into a hot vat of a caustic wash, and I had burns on my body back in the early 80s. That I was in the hospital for about 6 weeks.
Most of my buddies have got asbestos real bad, and some of them have passed with mesothelioma. And I go to the doctor, a cancer doctor, and he told me that I could wake up tomorrow morning with cancer.
I'm fighting cancer, and they're taking my benefits from me, and if they take my benefits from me, I'll probably lose everything I got if I have to go back into the treatment. So I'm fighting to stay alive.
Because I need the insurance. I got cancer. I got to take it for a year, and I already got like 4 or 5, and I got to take every 2 weeks. I got to go. They tell me I'm doing wonderful.
Congratulations.
They said it was massive. It's in the left lung. They stuck 5 needles in there to get a specimen, I guess.
Okay.
Hear me now.
I
I might be dead tomorrow. Everybody out here earned their benefits.
That's right.
Don't take them from us. You sweat in that nail in there for 30 years. And what do you get for it? You get thrown under the bus. Yeah, that's Timken gratitude for you. Yeah, they respect retirees. They don't give a hoot about you guys. None of you. They just want their money. And they want lots of it. And they're going to take it. Try to take it, that is. That's why we're here. Don't let them take your benefits. Because they get this, what are they going to go after next? Some of your money? Don't give them a chance to do that. Fight for your rights. And you got a right for them benefits. Don't give them up.
Amen. Right.
Don't give them up at all.
Tell them, Marty. That's right.
They're wrong. They're wrong and they know it.
He's right.
Don't let them take our benefits.
Tell them, Marty.
Bunch of crooks. all the money they make, and they want more.
As long as the company, it seems, can keep a nickel out of our pocket and put it back in theirs, then they've made money. They've done something.
Go ahead. Well, we want Timken under the contract we retired under.
It's important because I spent almost 39 years in the company, and they promised me things. That's why I stayed. That's why I sacrificed my life, my family, everybody, so I could have a future, health care. And now they want to strip it away. And I really do not want to hear about legacy costs.
And all of us have spent time in this hole, sucking in the dust and going through all that just so we could bring the money home for our families. And now all we wanted to do was retire after the 35 years or more and get what we contracted for.
I want to retire and get out of this place before I'm dead.
But don't get me wrong, I have good feelings about Timken. I really do, even though I was an adversary, or I sat in an adversarial position for years, but I do feel good about the company. Without the Timken company, I wouldn't have received my education at Timken High School, the foundation. I wouldn't have had a place to work to provide for the 5 children that I have.
You here now? Yeah, I'll be at work right there at 4 o'clock.
That's where.
Yeah.
By July 31st, you are no longer going to have any Medicare Advantage health insurance through the Timken Company if you don't do the sign-up period. What's going to happen is, August 1st, you're going to go to the doctors and you're going to owe the whole visit, or you're going to owe the 80% that Medicare will pay, you're going to owe the other 20%.
I did go see about getting insurance, and it went for my wife and I $400, and can't even think of it. But,
How far can $400 go? Or that's how much you'd pay?
that's what I'd pay.
Okay.
And they said you'll get glasses and hearing aids, and that's bullshit. You can put that in there.
Well, this is important to me because my wife is very ill, and we're concerned about the level of insurance we're going to have in the future. The costs are greatly increased by us having to purchase our own insurance, because nothing that we can get on the internet or through an agent is better than what we can get that the company has given us. They've given us the best policy possible, and we want to keep that, basically for our own health care and our future. Thank you.
It's important for what we already got. We deserved, we worked for it. The older people, they're just not going to have just a lot of people can't afford it. What's going on? I mean, they've got medical bills and rest homes and places that their wives may be in, their kids. They just need the help. They need what they fought for. And now they want to take it away.
These men worked for it, they earned it, it was a fair deal, we signed contracts.
What they're doing is they're changing the rules after the game is over.
This is a contract that was negotiated, and companies nowadays, they break their promises and they leave it to the average working person to fight it out.
The company just somehow seems like they think they have a right to just go in and change the game after it's already started.
You promised us, and that's what you should honor. Honor your promises. We deserve it.
Timken honor the retirees like they used to do.
That's a shame that after all these years of dedication to this company and leaving their families and leaving their holidays behind to produce a product for this company, this is how they're treated in their retirement, and it's a travesty.
It's heartbreaking to see what it's come to. It's come to this.
And it's important to understand that nobody's out here looking for a free ride. During the time they were in the contract, they negotiated contracts giving up wages and other benefits to help support and pay for this benefit later in life. And now that they've paid their dues to get this benefit, they're being told, no, you can't have it. You got to settle for something less. it's not right. The company's position is that the law says we can do it. Just because you can do something doesn't make it morally correct.
You know, you're at the mercy of whoever you work for. Whatever he told you he was going to do for you, down the road, you know, once you're retired, he can change his mind. There's nothing you can do.
Sat with the company for 25 months to negotiate a fair settlement, and like I've said before, we accepted this insurance as a lifetime benefit in lieu of higher wages in the company. If we didn't have to negotiate for health care, we would have got paid more money on the job in there.
Over the years when we had contracts, a lot of the contracts we gave up pay raises to make sure that we still kept our benefits, and it's not fair to the people that are retired to have to change things now because they want to change the wording in an agreement that they put up and that they agreed to.
And the guys that got us to that point, they took wage cuts. They did whatever. They stood out on the picket line. And so now they want to take it away from us. They think that we're just out there and we're no threat to them. We're just a liability. And that's pretty sad after we helped build the company.
As of July 31st, we no longer have any Medicare Advantage. Now, we paid for this Medicare Advantage through reduction in wages through the years. Rather than lose health care, we took a reduction in wage. Now they don't seem to remember it.
The 40 years that I worked in the factory, I never once dreamed that these benefits that we negotiate, that we sit at that table and we sign our name to, and they sign their name as well, would someday be, well, something that the company doesn't see any benefit in paying. So why do that? They're not productive anymore. They don't help us anymore.
If you're paying attention, you're seeing that this is what companies are doing and stuff. They're going against their word. They're breaking promises. A deal means nothing, and it's left to everyone to fight it out. You know, go to court and sue me. You know, they already know the little guy doesn't have the money to do that. So this is their strategy now, and we need our politicians to find their backbone, you know, and stand up.
35 years and 42% tax reduction proves trickle down only works in an outhouse.
That's right. The Timken family can afford to have a $50,000 a plate dinner in support of Donald Trump, who claims he didn't take any money outside of his own cash. That plate of food would pay for a retiree's health care benefits that we're arguing for today for 21.3 years. How can you tell a family to go without their health care and risk their lives and then turn around and have a $50,000 plate dinner? It's obscene.
I saw a video on YouTube about Jane Timken, and she said the reason that Jane Timken is the chairwoman of the Republican National Party of Ohio, not the National Party, the Ohio Republican National Party, the Ohio Republican Party. And she said that the reason that they admire Trump so much is because promises were made and promises were kept. And that's her words, not mine. That's her words. Jane, Mrs. Timken, if you can, keep your promise. Urge your husband, urge your family to keep their promise to us. Lifetime benefits that we negotiated for, not the benefits that you just like to give us. Okay?
He doesn't want to honor his contracts, and he doesn't want to pay his workers. And that's what they're trying to do to these men here today, and that's what they're trying to do to me tomorrow.
And of course, I know that it's eventually going to hit me, just like it hit the people at Hoover's. And if we don't stand up and do something about it, and let our people in charge know, and I mean like Sherrod Brown and the rest of them, hey, this stuff's got to change. The blue collar guys got to have some kind of representation. We're the ones building it.
I'm just hoping younger people can pay attention, and you know, this is their world they're growing into. I'm 65, so what you're seeing now is the future you're going to face one day if you become 65. So
I'm just a stranger. I belong to Local 550. I retired in 1969, and but my son-in-law works here, and I thought, well, his daughter's mine, and I owe him something, my grandkids, and so therefore, if it happens to them, it'll happen to me, to my outfit. So hopefully your local 550 will stand up behind you and be there for you.
I don't know. I don't know where it's going to end, but I don't think it's going to be good. I think if we don't fight now for this, we're going to have to fight tomorrow for something else.
We had a 2-week notice, and as the 3 months go by, there's things that we have to do, and if we don't get them done within those months, we lose any opportunity to receive our $100 a month is what they're offering instead of the $295, and they say that they can even take that away if they choose.
You know, I've been retired for 23 years. Now I got to live with this uncertainty of what's coming up. I have no idea. They're not telling us anything. I'm supposed to get a telephone interview that's probably going to take 3 hours. And supposedly an insurance consultant is going to tell me what's best for me.
And if you don't attend one of these meetings so that you know what's going on, you're going to be left out if you don't contact them.
At the meeting, they're going to give you a code that you can use online to register. They're going to call you, and I'm telling you, you better answer that phone. It's going to be a 2-hour phone call. They're going to give you a time and a day that they're going to call you. When they call, there's an AON that's going to help you decide and walk you through all the Medicare Advantage plans that they have to offer and decide which one's best for you. If you do not go to the meeting, you need to set up on a website. It's called a web call, and they will get, you have to go onto the AON website or call AON. There's an 800 number, AON, that you have to call and tell them who you are. And they'll call you. If you're disabled and you can't make the meetings, they'll make arrangements for you. But you must do this.
One thing I love prime time, the insurance that I have, and I don't believe in calling no advisor to tell me what's good for me and everything. I know what's good for me.
We have to sign with one of these Advantage plans within the parameters of AON, which is a broker. If you don't, then you get no funding from Timkens at all. If you go out on a plan that is not within the AON boundaries, you absolutely get nothing.
Well, I think it'd be catastrophic. There's people across the country that probably don't even know about it, and they're going to be kicked off their insurance come August 1st. Old people, some have dementia, Alzheimer's.
You have people that have Alzheimer's, you have people that don't even know what's going on, and they're going to lose what little health care they have. We used to have prime time. Timken Company says we don't need it now.
I'm only 61, going to be 62, so this hasn't affected me yet, but I want to stand here for the people that can't be here. I said there's widows that are out there. Their husbands that worked here have already died. Now they're sitting at home. They don't even know this is going on. They have no representation whatsoever.
They mailed out the information in an envelope, and on the front of the envelope it had advertisements. So people threw it away. But when they threw it away, if they don't do anything by the end of this month, they have till July 31st. After that date, they have no more Timken-sponsored health care at all.
I know members that have moved all over the world, and they've checked with us first. Now they're going to get my check mailed to me, right? Absolutely. Am I going to get my health care over there? Absolutely, you sure will. This is a lifetime benefit that we negotiated for you. But I guess lifetime has a different meaning to the company that it had to us.
My name's Lisa, and I'm here because if we don't take care of the older generation as the young people, who's going to take care of us? A lot of these retirees can't read the language of the letters that were sent to them. They were pretty much nondescript envelopes, and a lot of them may not have the computer skills to be able to sit down and sign up for the benefits that they need and that they deserve. They took concessions decades ago, money off the table for their families and their house payments and food for their kids, to have the benefits later in life when they're not able to work. And now we're trying to take that from them. It's unfair.
Any questions, call the Union Hall.
Don't be fooled. You've got to get through this system and get this done. Call the Union Hall at 454-6137. Area code 330. They'll be more than happy to direct you to what you need to be. If you're disabled, call the hall. Get a hold of somebody. They'll take care of you. Golden Lodge, Local 1123, is there for your needs. Now, as a retiree, they are not allowed to show you representation, but they can inform you. We have the district involved in this. We've got people that are looking into this as well.